Bachelor's Way, making secondhand chic. Okay, welcome back. Today I want to start by talking about the craft area or the game area. We started out with 3 base cabinets. They were actually bathroom base cabinets that we picked up at the restore, and I think we paid like $10 a piece. They fit perfectly side to side. We did cut the backs off of them so that they were a shorter depth. Once the cabinets were installed, we added a 3/4 inch thick MDF countertop. We used a router to give the edges a smooth, rounded finish look. Now we were ready to build the top section. We had used up pretty much all of our scrap wood, so we scoured the classifieds and we found a free oak entertainment center. These are like a dime a dozen. People are always trying to get rid of them. They are a great source of inexpensive wood. So we just took it apart and used all the pieces to build our upper section. Here is a cross section where you can see the rabbited section in the pieces that we used from where the shelves used to go. No problem though, once I put trim on it, you will never see it. Here is the top section all trimmed out. I had to buy a couple of sticks of trim to finish this section, so total the section cost me less than $50. Not too bad. Okay, I want to show you one last thing about this section. We had these, but when we opened them, there was this center piece like this in the way. And so it was hard to get in and you couldn't store anything. So we took the screws out, we popped these out. But then we had this gap. So, we don't have any handles yet. Voila! We attached it to here. You see that piece? It's attached to the actual door. So when we shut it, it goes back into place, and then this one. So it looks like just a normal, but it's not. That way we have this whole access to get to storage. I wanted to show you a couple things on the other side of the room. But first let me say, in a side note, sorry about the lack of videos. Many of my video clips were lost when my hard drive died. Anyways, do you remember this corner where I was kind of built in or stuck behind the wall and had to climb out the fireplace? Yeah, I decided I wanted to repeat the planked wall that I did on the end of this run of built-ins right here. The problem was I needed a flat surface to mount this to because you could kind of see the raised panels in there. So I just ripped down some little sticks of wood and I just kind of filled that in, added a little bit of mud, and we were good to go. Next, let's look at the window seats. I'm sure you are wondering, how am I going to make these look like the rest of the built-ins? Remember, this process is only successful if you pay attention to the details. I started by removing the metal handle across the drawer front and also the locking mechanism. Next, I ripped down matching drawer fronts out of oak veneer. It was left over from my planked wall project, so it really cost me nothing. I purchased contact cement from Lowe's. Mine is made by DAP, but any kind would work. I brushed the contact cement onto both surfaces, waited the allotted time, and then firmly pushed them together. Make sure your glue gets all the way to the edges. Once the contact cement dried, I decided to use wood filler on the oak grain just because I wanted a smoother look. Last thing I want to show you today is how I made the doors match. I started with these 80s rounded oak doors with long grooves for finger pull. First, I cut a strip of MDF to fill in that groove, the same thickness and the same shape. Then I filled it with wood filler. It takes a few rounds of wood filler sanding just to get it real smooth. Next, I ripped down about 2-inch wide strips from 1/4 inch thick wood. I had an awesome video clip of me routering both edges, but of course, that was lost when my hard drive went out. I just took my routed strips, cut them to fit with mitered corners, and tacked them onto the doors with my pin nailer. Here's what the doors by the TV started out looking like. I used the same process, except one set less cut out the middle section so we could add speaker cloth to it later. Here is a close-up of a door that I am prepping for paint. You notice the double rolled edge. You can see where I routed the edge of my trim and the edge of the original door. Creates a nice detail. Okay, that's it. Next time I will show you painting of the built-ins. You'll really see it start to come together. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you see, like the video please, and subscribe.